Hello and welcome back to Hoi 4 Equestria at War. Sirenalia under Adiogo Dazzle. Crescendo. Whew! Yeah, we not only defeated Zamidia in the last video, we straight up completed all of the Zonican Republic. So, yeah. Crescendo. Zamidia has fallen, as we knew it would. The new population of zebras will serve us well, as a new source of magic to feed off of. But now that we are on Zebraca itself, it is time to prepare for the next major step in our plans. The conquest of all nations surrounding us, to bring more subjects under our control. Yes, good. Let's change you over to, do I have that one unlocked? No, it's the only one I don't have. In that case, I'm just gonna say, not gonna worry about that, and just gonna throw on some more infantry. And there we go, got National Guard. Good luck, National Guard, you got this! Oh, the Disciples of the Night finished them off. So yeah, now the Lunar Empire is just happy, having a good time. All good news for them. Sure, they've got to fight Stalingrad and their friend if they want to fight that way. Where Cena's mistake is auto-bypassed, because they don't exist. When Hippogriffia was still under a weak harmonic monarchy, where Xena relied on them for protection, believing that they would save them from any threats. Now with us in charge, they have nowhere else to turn to. We're generous enough to offer a new kind of protection, however, a place as our subjects and a seat for the show. Yeah, they also got conquered by them, but now they're under me because I conquered them. Seize the Carthaginians. Funnily enough, I could ignore this distraction, get the bonuses. So later should be own and control their core territories. Yeah, I mean, we might as well ignore this distraction just to get free bonuses since we have them anyways. So why not? We'll ignore the distraction that we already own. So we've already striked the Carthaginians. This is just funny to me. Which is to the east lie the Carthaginians, a powerful nation of North Zebraca, that could potentially rival us militarily in power if given the chance. That is not part of our primary goal, that being revenge against those who banish us. A preemptive attack will ensure non-interference in our future affairs. Good night, Zamidia. Zakinel watched the Hippogriff soldiers stand guard near the road as we walked along it towards the home in Ain Tratingate. We seeing their glassy eyes and blank expressions. When Hippogriffia first fell to a threat that only now they knew were the sirens, Zamidia had made sure not to catch itself off guard. They had quickly declared their complete independence from Hippogriff mandate, led by the Regency Council that every zebra had agreed to follow in the interest of the defense of the country against threats. Still, it was no use against the inevitable declaration of war by the sirens, and the army that followed. Zakinel had been in the city when it had fallen to the hippogriffs, watching them march into the city like puppets on a string. What was interesting was the fact that they were reluctant to use deadly force, instead relying on blunt force or shooting to injure instead of kill. Opposition had been brutally suppressed. There were very little casualties in their occupation. Ever since then, things had actually gone on as normal in the city, or at least as normal as they could be. Zakinel and the other Zumidians were allowed to go about their daily lives as they did before, just under the watchful supervision of the hippogriffs. It actually reminded him of back when they were under the official mandate in some ways, but back then the hippogriffs had been friendly and helpful, while now they were more akin to statues. The only times they ever intervened was when open acts of dissidence were happening. But now the winds of change were blowing. There was word of the sirens coming, of those called beacons, with songs that would turn them into nothing more than marionettes, listening to the winds of their masters. Perhaps it was nothing but fear-mongering. What was certain, though, was that there was an aura of uncertainty on Zamidia, and that it would not last much longer. Welcome to the show, Zamidians. Welcome to our show. Let's see. Any other spots that I can get stuff done quickly? That's it. Okay, well, that's fine. Yep. Ignore the distraction. Carthage is nothing more than a distraction from our true goals, and going after such an irrelevant region would be nothing but a waste of time. Effort would be better spent fortifying the border, not out of any fear, but to dissuade any thoughts about the Carthaginians of trying to press any notions of rightful land. If they will leave us alone, then we shall do the same, for now. Except that's not the case. The newest Zamidian. When Crack Lightning began his resistance against the Sirens, he thought victory was assured. Their enemies were powerful, but that power was nothing the ace in his country couldn't handle. Hippogriffia had defeated the Storm King, achieving victory where so many other nations had failed. Clearly this struggle was just the prelude to another moment of national glory. The lights of Eintrachtgart post office covered every surface in a harsh glare. Crack looked up from his desk at the long line of zebras before him. Apparently his Zamidian holiday was coming up, so a lot of creatures had letters and packages to send. Crack sighed. This was going to be a long day. Arranging the papers in front of him, he wondered how many of these zebras were under the siren spell. It was impossible to tell. Since most Zamidians knew who he was and what he'd said about them and their country, no magic was necessary to make them hate him. Crack's new co-workers delighted in making him carry several heavy packages at once, or fill out hundreds of forms by himself. The work was grueling, but the most infuriating part was that these zebras believed they had every right to order him around. He thought about running away, but the constant presence of armed guards made escape impossible. A female zebra approached the desk. She scowled at Crack as she put package down. He examined it, noting the postal marking. This will require a routine search, and I need a form for fragile contents. Yes, I have that right here, the zebra said, pulling a paper from her bag. Crack read the form and smiled. Thank you for filling this out yourself. Normally I have to do it, and it's always such a pain. Oh, really? The zebra replied, a wicked grin forming on her face. She quickly grabbed the paper back and ripped it to pieces. For a moment, they were both silent. Crack's beak hung open in shock. Well, what are you waiting for? The form's not going to fill itself out. The best revenge is always personalized. Wow. Carthage is nothing more than a distraction from our true cause. Alright. Except, we conquered them. So, not much of a distraction when you just took them out yourself. In fact, they were quite easy. Distraction is a good word for them. They held us off from being able to continue on our path for a little bit. A little. Not long, but a little. I'll give them that. They were a roadblock that I had to deal with. That is true. Much of the propaganda used in Carthage. Let's see. So now I can go after Quagatai if I wanted. Much of the propaganda used in Carthage for any conflict was based on some ancient cultural construct known as Zeneca, or a union of zebras in the region. While such claims are obviously pathetic compared to a right to rule all, it would serve well as an excuse to grab some more land we desire. Associated with the nations in Zeneca. Okay, now where do we want to head after? It seems like they're fighting each other, so this could be a good time to attack them, though I have a feeling Tobuk is gonna die any moment now anyways. Let's see, so where do I want to go after? Tiraptera has friends. Sure, I'll just go after Quagatai. Why not? They'll be an easy target. Yep, they're on their way. The Southern Threat. Upon studying conflicts before our return, we have found that the nations of Quagatai and Carthage have never had good relations. In fact, relations were all actually actively hostile, with the former stealing land after the latter's weakness. The anger that the Zonokins have at such a perceived crime can now be used for an actual purpose: war against the ancient enemy of their proud culture. You couldn't see it, but I did air quotes when I said proud culture. Really, really getting into the character there. I need to switch over to other people if I want to do anything other than conquest, but right now I'm having a good time just conquering everyone. Wait, why not? Why not just conquer them all? Also, it'll give me more, Siren song, which is nice. That's a lot of Siren song, which will allow me to do some more stuff that I want to do. So that's cool. Right now, I'm really just been using all my political power to, build underwater factories, so. I'll get a war goal on them next. The sandy wastes. Zeratia is little more than a desert wasteland, with little value to be gained from taking it. Yet they hold a key piece we need, that being a connection to Mare Egypt, our future target. So they, too, will experience the wonder that is our song, and be subjects to our rightful rule. Yeah, let's get some more guns. We're actually starting to run out just through constant warfare. So let's get more guns. Fine. Oh, the hostage queen. The argument started, like many others among the sirens, in the throne room, about the most trivial of things. Honestly, the title is a bit much, don't you think? Adiago said, mostly to herself as she floated in midair, the only other creature in the room being enthralled Queen Novo. I mean, really, this whole monarchy thing was never meant to last. Your use has come to an end, and well, we simply don't need you anymore. The door slammed open and Arya came flying in. Don't even think about it, Adiago, she said almost in a warning tone. Ugh, must you do this every time? The siren turned to meet her approaching partner. Already annoyed. The island is ours. The princess's games are over. All this queen is doing is taking away from our spotlight with a fake title and an illusion of power. Novo continued, looking on blankly as Arya fired back. So we're just gonna give up the best leverage we have on these hippogriffs? And what if something like Skystar happens again? This will cause us nothing but possible troubles. It won't happen again, Adiago pointed a hoof to accurate her words. All you do is keep doubting our own music, our own spell, when it never failed us before. Why don't we try focusing on what actually matters? I'm Adiago, and all I'm seeing is petty decision because you can't stand someone else getting praise. The two sirens stared each other down, both folding their hooves. Novo watched both impassively, having no idea her fate being undecided at the moment. She's worth now, strip her of her title and throw her on the streets. We'll keep her in the crown around just in case. We'll keep her. Why not? Just for the fun of it. Will it come up? Probably not. But it sounds more fun to keep her around as a little puppet. So I'll keep her around as a little puppet. Truly just because. Meh, why not? I'm getting closer to finishing off all those. For the moment, yeah, that's just my goal, to just get all those completed. Then we're gonna clean the mess. There we go, Quagatide's done for. I would like you to go ahead and defeat Tobuk since you're so close to it. And then I just attack right after. That way I don't have to go fight Tobuk afterwards. Would be nice for me. Clean the mess. The fact that sheer terror still exists after 1,000 years just goes to show that the Equestrians will never clean up their own mistakes, especially their ancient ones. It's time for us to do what they want, and wipe this mess that they left behind who plagued the region for over 1,000 years. They will give up their faith and serve us alone, now, whether they like it or not. There you go. Good timing. Oh, and wipe the slate is gone because of it. A false state. Tobuk does not have a right to exist, or at least that seems to be the popular opinion here, with it surrounded by 3 nations that all claim as their own. While their rhetoric turned out to be all bark and no bite, it will show that our demands are more than just words. Are you all here? No, not quite. Get on over. Come on, there's just a few of you left to get over here. Come on, you're wasting our time. Go! I see, Prywin's won. And I'm getting some embargoes. That's always nice. Shows that people really care. Actually, you guys get deleted for now. Alrighty. Good. Now all of you come over there and we'll finish off their main part. I'd say this is going very well. Like, these wars are genuinely extremely easy. Alright, alright. Okay, you can grab that. There we go. Done with them. There we go. Except you guys go down there instead. But the majority of you go up there. Now I'm gonna save before I do this one, just in case something crazy happens, since they do have an not overlord, but basically overlord. Leave the wet work. Being depopulated, hot, and unindustrialized, spending time in Zeratia would be a complete waste of time for any of us. Our constant and a few beacon of magic will be sent instead to deal with any issue that appear there. The beacons will be able to pacify such a wasteland with relative ease. Perhaps the constant will even be able to find some use for the endless dunes. You're ready? You're ready. Good. Take him down! Why do you have land over there? Okay, I don't care about doing that. Keeping an eye over here for if it says, like, you're being naval invaded or anything like that. I don't think I'm gonna need that, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. Chiroptera is an interesting state to put it, because this will just get cancelled if they don't exist, which I don't think they're going to exist for 35 more days. Chiroptera is an interesting state, to put it mildly, fanatically devoted to their goddess, almost as much as their subjects are to us. They are nothing but a relic of bygone era, fighting for a failed cause. To say that others in North Zebrica hate them would be putting it mildly, and now that we are in direct conflict with them, we can use those sentiments for a greater purpose. But I won't. Yeah, lunar empires, you've got your own issues. Just let me take them. Yeah, and then you can just go. I don't know why I would want, like, I guess I have this now. I mean, I want that 100%. Can I should I, like, puppet them or something, maybe? Like, no, I guess I'll just take it. It's very odd borders. But you know what? Free land. So, sure. Let's get a spot on the mainland to stick at. Under our spell. North Zebrica is ours, and all of the immediate threats to us have been dealt with. But as our spell and powers expand, so too does our ambitions. It's time for us to focus on what we care about most. Revenge against those who have wronged us. Whether that be our neighbors to the west or our old homeland from across the sea. Okay, well, you guys are getting deleted. Whatever. Hey, it's fair. I do have a lot more territory to occupy, so it makes sense that, that I need troops for that instead of just the army, so, sure. Now, though, I need to decide what's next on my list of things to do. Let's see, that gives some compliance, which would be nice. And a core over there. This gives me... I think I'm gonna go with the Sonata Dusk next. I'm gonna get that up to 15 next. That seems good by me. Sure. They're all under my spell. Alright, so the siren. Now that North Zebrica has fallen under our control, its population is ours to use and feed on. Our magic goes stronger, yet we still are not done. So next, or we could just keep going down here. Charge when this focus. Ooh, we'll change. Yeah, you know what? F it. Let's just keep going down here. Let's just do it. Let's just keep expanding. We'll get back to stuff like that. Whatever, we'll get back to it. Get rid of that. Take a small group of you guys, like 8 troops. Take whatever my most defensive person is, throw you over there. Give you defensive doctrine. Throw you over there. And then the rest of you come on over to Tobak. Oh, well, we need our navy. Of course you get sick immediately. Wow, great, thanks. No, you don't have anything set, but I will give you a push just so you can gain stuff better. There are 3 sirens, but there can only be 1 leader. One voice must rise above the other 2 for them to follow. Our system of switching leads has worked so far, but it's time for a more prominent solution to be found in this regard. One siren must learn to fill the role, and the 2 must learn to follow their lead. True. And I want expansionism and magic drift. So, we're doing this. Let's grab up you real quick. Once again, we're going to chill for a bit just to make sure I have a naval invasion ready by the time we start this. Not going to switch to another one because that would just mean switching to it, then switching back like immediately after, and I don't really want to do that. It was kind of silly, so I'm not. The Storm King. Interesting. I see. Where? Okay. Nah, I'm just gonna go up to that first. But I think this is a good time to go ahead and end this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And as always, peace.